Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cool Girl Pod with your host, aka me, aka Kalina, and we're back. Took a week off, now we're back. Hey, took a week off, now we're back. Hey. This week we are talking about cool girls get rejected too. Everyone gets rejected in life. We're going to talk about what it is, how we handle it, because it's going to happen, and it is always, and it happens for different reasons, and I think everyone should be less intimidated by it and just know that it's a natural part of life, and yeah, just how you could cope with it better, because obviously it doesn't feel great. No one likes getting rejected, but there's definitely ways where you can kind of handle it and cope with it more. So let's get into it. First thing we got to realize is rejection isn't personal. It's protection, it's redirection, and sometimes divine intervention in certain situations. It's scary, it's intimidating, but like I said, it's a necessary part for growth as a person, and we are able and capable to handle it with grace and have it teach us certain lessons and things. I want to share a kind of a funny, it's not really like a rejection, it's kind of is a rejection story because ultimately I never heard back from like literally anyone, but this is just like a funny story. When I was like 18 and I was like applying for jobs around the town that I live in, I like made a resume, and in my resume I wrote that I turned 18. I meant to put my birthday, but for some reason I was not smart, and I was like, I turned 18 in 2000 when I went to say I was like my birthday. I was born in 2000. So when I gave my resume around town, these people are probably like, why is this girl telling us that she's currently like 36 years old, or however, whatever the time was, or however much it would have been at the time. But I went home, and then like obviously it was a couple weeks later, and I was like, I did not hear back from like literally any of the jobs. Like there was like Starbucks, there's like simple like little boutiques around town, and I was like, I didn't even like get a call or like nothing. I was like, I wonder, like, did I do something wrong? And I went back and I looked at my resume, and I was like, why did I add that? I was like reading it over, and I like showed my family members, and like everyone just started dying laughing, and they're like, well, why would they care that you turned like 30 in 2000? And I'm not even 30. I was like 18 at the time. So simple rookie mistake, and I did feel rejected and embarrassed because I never heard back from anyone, and that was just like a simple silly mistake that I obviously didn't look at close enough, but it's just like a funny little story. There's obviously other times in life when I've been rejected, whether that's like boys, different relationships, friends, everyone, jobs, everyone gets rejected at some point in their life. But that was just kind of a funny one that I thought I would share because it was pretty funny, and I still laugh about it to this day. And everything happens for a reason, because the jobs that I have now are cool and swaggy, and I don't know. It's just kind of funny. So, why is rejection necessary? The purpose behind rejection. Obviously protection. Sometimes you're being saved from something that's like not meant for you. Redirection. Rejection moves you closer to what's aligned for you. Sometimes you get rejected in a moment, and it is so soul crushing and devastating, and all you can think of is, why am I not good enough? Or I tried really hard for this, and it just makes your self-worth feel a little down and damaged, and ultimately you're just not made for that specific situation or job, or something better is out there. And although you can't see it in the moment, and honestly it might take a while for something better to come along, but you just have to trust and know that something better is coming along, and that you're just trying your best. Everyone's trying their best, and that's really all that you can do at the end of the day. It also is good for reflection. It forces you to reevaluate certain situations or yourself. You can level up, you can be honest with yourself. Maybe you didn't get this certain job because you're just not at a certain level yet, and that's okay. It can help you maybe try and get to that level. Like maybe you just, after getting rejected by something, sometimes you just want to be better for yourself. So that way, next time you, let's say, apply for a job or like go on a date or whatever, then you're more set up for the next time and that you can handle rejection or certain things better like the next time, if you are picking up what I'm putting down. Character building. It teaches patience, resilience, and humility. Patience is an important thing that everyone needs to learn more of in life because we have so much instant gratification with our handy dandy phones and the freaking internet at the touch of our fingertips. Like, no one is ever patient anymore. Along with myself at times, like, if I don't hear back from a certain person or thing, I'm like, automatically, I'm like, oh my God, it's me. What did I do wrong? They hate me, blah, blah, blah. But, like, people have lives, and everyone has to realize that, you know? How to handle rejection with confidence. You have to not take it personally. It's not usually about you at the end of the day. It's more about what's a fit for that person, and it may not be you, job wise, relationship wise. And like I said, you just have to know and trust that a better opportunity or person is coming along. Sometimes, even like, especially when dating, like maybe you've been searching for like a boyfriend or something, and you like finally find a person that you think is like decent and you're like, oh my God, like I really think this is gonna work out, blah blah blah, and then they just completely fail you. um it's not usually about you, and it's best to like not get your hopes too high, which is so hard, especially in the dating world when it's hard to find like good, trustworthy people. It's really hard these days. People struggle with it all the time. But yeah, it's usually them. It's not you. Maybe they feel like they can't live up to your expectations, and there's someone out there who can. And that's not their fault, and that's not your fault. You're just not meant to be on the same path or for each other, and there's someone out there that will. And they all match your energy and coolness and vibe. Let yourself feel, then heal. Feeling is such an important part to healing because there's the part of fake healing where you just kind of ignore your feelings or like shove them down or like just disregard them. Like if you feel stupid in a certain situation, it's easy to be like, well, that was stupid of me, so I'm going to shove my feelings down, and since it's my fault, then my feelings don't matter, which is not true. Everyone should feel the feelings that they have about a situation, and that's really the only true way that you can move on from certain things, because you don't want your feelings and emotions to be bottled up and come out later in life. Like that's happened with me for sure, and like I've been trying to work on it, but like it's better to just feel things right on for however long that you need to feel it. And there's like people who are like, get over a certain situation, blah blah blah, which is like, there's a time heals all, and like, yeah, feelings go over time, but like still certain things can strike a nerve deep down and bring all those feelings back up. So it's best to either get therapy, which everyone should have, and to um just embrace their feelings. I feel like being non-emotional is like more cool these days, and it's not. Like, show your emotions and just be you, you know? You should reframe this rejection to what is this trying to teach me? Because certain situations are trying to obviously teach you things. Like, you keep going back to the same toxic dude, or if it's a new dude, same toxic type. You know how like girls are like, I'm always going after like the same guys, like the bad boys, blah blah blah. But like maybe it's time to switch it up. I don't know. Try a different type. It's so hard to like go outside of your comfort zone and what you know, but like it's so important to give different things a chance, and it's all just learning and growing. And I think that is so important. And just kind of, yeah, question things, question the situation. That's totally cool to like analyze it. Maybe you didn't get a certain job because you're not fully qualified for that yet. Maybe you need some more practice in certain areas for something. And that's cool. Then you go learn that, practice it. You apply for the same job or a different one and you get it. And it just only prepared you more for the next chapter, you know? Everything's supposed to work out in divine timing. Talk to your inner critic with compassion. That is so true. We're so quick to nitpick every situation and feelings and things about ourselves. Like, oh, I shouldn't feel. Say if you are the girl who goes after the same bad boy every time and he hurts you, and you're like, well, it's my fault because I go after the same dude and like blah blah blah. You need to talk to yourself kinder because you as a person expect kindness from others, and like the same kindness that you would give to others, you expect it back. And a lot of the times you get disappointed because some people just aren't that kind, and you can't be too hard on yourselves because at least you're trying, and that's really what matters. The next piece of advice is to keep moving from the situation. It's so easy to get very upset and in a rut. Like maybe you get really sad, you don't want to do certain things, or you thought like applying for this certain job, it was going to be your entire world, like it's your entire identity. You didn't get it, now you're devastated, and now you're like, what am I going to do with my life? Like I don't know what I'm doing, blah blah blah. You got to keep moving. If you stay in that rut, it's just going to keep you feeling so low, and it's not going to be good. Take small steps. Just like focus on yourself, giving yourself love, compassion, attention, taking care of yourself, like eating right, drinking enough water, sleeping enough in the hours in the night. Just things to take care of yourself to keep your flow going, because whether you like it or not, life keeps moving, and it's kind of up to you to stay knocked down or to keep going with the flow. So don't let rejection turn you bitter, because that is so easy to do. If you get rejected by something multiple times, obviously it's going to take a dig at your ego, and you're really going to be like, you could just turn sad or like mad about the situation, you know? And then like you can have that mindset where it's like, well, I'm not even going to try because I just keep getting rejected. Like there's no point. And don't have that mindset. Don't let it take over you. You know the videos like where the really rich and successful people are like, I got rejected like 20 times before I ever got a yes from someone or something. You have to kind of think about it like that. If you want something bad enough, you don't even care about getting rejected because you know it's going to happen for you, and you just keep trying, which is like so cool. And hopefully this video will help you do that and have that mindset like, oh, I got rejected? Cool. Well, there's something better out there for me, or I'm just going to keep trying until I get it because that's what I really want. You have to think about it when you get sad and down, like at least you're trying. There's so many people in life who don't even try for certain things they want or opportunities. They just don't try. They just think the opportunities are coming to them, and that's just not going to happen. And if someone's making fun of you, at least you're trying. Don't let it get into your head. The coolest thing that you can do in life is try. What you fear could be the best thing that's ever happened to you. Yeah, starting this podcast YouTube channel again has been super scary for me, but I'm like, what if I want to give some life advice that I feel that has helped me or what I've gone through, or just to maybe help brighten up people's day, or just feel like you're talking to someone cool and chill. I don't know. Of course, like it's scary, but I'm like, this is like a cool thing that I can do for myself and for like the person watching. Like, what if I help them? And that's really important to me. Don't be scared, because what if it's the best thing that ever happened to you and it just fuels your fire more, you know? I think that's so cool. Rejection obviously hurts the ego. You have to remove your ego out of a situation and look at the facts in front of you. Our egos get in the way of our everyday life and situations, and the ego takes over. I'm so guilty of my ego taking over. Just trying to work on kind of setting it aside. Doesn't mean I have to dramatize things in my head. I'm having a brain fart. Here's a little quote that I found that I thought was like pretty cool and important about the ego. So I'm going to share it with you. The ego is nothing other than the focus of conscious attention, by Alan Watts, which is so freaking true. The only way that the ego takes over is if you feed the ego. People who put other people down is their ego, and they try to make themselves feel better, but they're hurting on the inside. There's such a fine line between like ego and confidence. If you go to like a work interview, and you're like, I feel really confident in what I have to offer to this company, and I am fully prepared like the best I can. That's like the best mindset you can go in there. If you go in with the ego mindset of like, this company needs me, I'm like, I know everything about blah blah blah, and like they're gonna fail without me. That's a terrible mindset. Ego is kind of nasty. Gives me the ick for sure. Which like I've let my ego come into play sometimes, which I'm so guilty of, and it's like so easy to do at certain times, especially when you feel like threatened by something or someone. And it's so important to learn to not let your ego get in the way. Don't give it that attention. Don't feed the ego. That's like the biggest thing we need to do in life, is don't feed the ego, because it can be a really dangerous and sad game. So keep your ego in check when thinking about rejection. All right. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is rejection therapy. Do things that are out of your comfort zone and that are uncomfortable for you. This is such a good way to grow as an individual. And what do I mean by this? Not even these examples maybe are not even part of rejection, but it kind of just helps you get out of your comfort zone and talk to strangers more. For example, you could give a stranger a compliment, hold the door for them. Maybe you can go ask them a question. And if they're rude, then okay, sorry. They're not interested in talking. There's other people out there who are. You can ask where someone's item of clothing is that you enjoy. Most of the time, people will be so nice and tell you where it's from. Go dancing or jamming to music in public. Like, just vibe. Truly good. Just vibe by yourself. And like, you see someone vibing in public, personally, I'm like, that's freaking sick. A lot of people are like, whoa, like, what is that person doing? And I'm like, I think that's cool, personally. People just being themselves, like, how fun. Give people high fives. Like, just do random stuff. Go sit at a restaurant by yourself. Don't sit at the bar. Go get a table and sit there by yourself. Yeah, you feel people staring at you? Good. It'll make you uncomfortable in the best way possible. You're hanging out with yourself and you're enjoying your own company. And that's what matters, and that helps you build more, I don't know, more self-love and resilience. So that's important. I'm going to share some journal prompts that can kind of help you reflect, that I'm also going to participate in, because it is very good to reflect on your thoughts. So here's some journal prompts if you kind of like want to get started with being better with rejection, or just understanding it more, or understanding deep down why you feel certain ways or triggered by certain things. So one of them is, what rejection am I still holding on to? That's an important one, because whether we're like conscious of it or not, certain situations can trigger us, and we think back to like, well, one time I asked this question and I got rejected. So I don't really want to ask that question again, or put yourself in some kind of situation that's similar. But you never know till you try. Another one is, what did that rejection free you from? There's so many situations where I'm like, thank goodness that situation, person, whatever, didn't work out, because I imagine my my present self in that past moment, and they just don't match or align, and it's just not something that I'd want for myself anymore. And like better opportunities and people come along the way, and there's so many different things that you are like free from, whether like you know it or not. Another one: what would I try if I wasn't afraid of being rejected? This is such a fun one because the list would be long for so many people. Like, if you weren't scared of rejection, I would go ask an F1 driver if I could drive his car. That was random. But, like, something like that. I don't know. Just like the randomest things I wouldn't be afraid to ask, you know? I don't know. I've definitely worked on handling rejection better myself over time, and I know in my head it's a part of life. Obviously, it still hurts. There's just better ways and examples to cope with it. I hope that this video has taught you some ways and to understand it better. But yeah, you should just take rejection by the cojones and give them a squeeze and say, I handled it better. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. Let rejection be a form of learning and have it teach you resilience instead of shutting you down into a little ball that's keeping you from growing or trying again, you know? Because I feel like that's the biggest thing it does is it hinders you from wanting to try certain things again. Rejection teaches you patience and that the right thing will come at the right time. Just trust. Work on yourself and trust. That's probably the best thing that you can do in life. Sweet. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that I could help you. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening to me yap. Hopefully, I can help you in some sort of way. If you want to share a rejection story, maybe some other people can relate, that would be cool. Leave it in the comments and then we can read and relate together, because I guarantee you so many people go through the same stuff that you do. And yeah, now I'm nervous. I am nervous. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, hit me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Till next week. Bye.